the Savage back again for another reaction. We got the game finally speaking. Triple H speaks publicly for the first time since being appointed as head of creative, and I'm very, very excited to react to this. I haven't watched it yet. I'm sure it's going to be good. Triple H is quite candid when he speaks, so as much as he's going to have to hold back some stuff, I'm sure he will, he will let us know what his direction is, probably with a bit of laughter in there as well. And I can't wait for him to dispel some rumours. He might do and he might not, and I might look stupid, but for all the people that were telling me all these flipping rumours, which I keep telling everyone to leave me alone, constantly heard Triple H and Stephanie hate Kevin Dunn and they're going to get rid of him. Pritchard's going to get removed from the company. Triple H is a Vince McMahon puppet. All this business. I'm expecting him to probably say a couple of kind words about Vince McMahon and the direction of the company, and probably say that he's going to need help from everyone around. And that's what I'm hoping for. So let's get it.
Triple H, I gotta ask, you're in charge of creative now. How is the product going to be different underneath you as opposed to when Vince McMahon had the book?
You gotta watch the show.
Come on, that's not an answer.
That is an answer.
That's not a good
If
one.
you asked a question and I answered you, that's an answer.
That's not the
right?
answer I wanted.
Yeah. No, I know it isn't, but that's how it works. Gotta watch the show. Look, this is the longest running stuff on TV. We say it all the time, right? Raw, SmackDown, SummerSlam, just everything that we're doing, right? They're a massive pair of shoes to fill that I'm trying in some way to step into, but I do not dream for 1 second that I can fill those shoes. By myself, it's going to take, period, but by myself, it's going to take a lot of us. It's going to take a team. It's going to take everybody here to fill those shoes and continue this on, but we will. We will. The intent is to continue the legacy of what has been going on, what made me fall in love with this business that he created, and to take it to new levels, to take it beyond where it is now. The only way we're going to do that is with a team. That's with Steph, that's with Nick Khan, that's with myself, that's with Kevin Dunn, that's with everybody that is here, that is with all this talent. We have the greatest,
name drop Kevin Dunn,
hardest working talent in the world. I have no doubt in my mind with this team that we can do it. He didn't mention Pritchard. Not an inkling of doubt. It's just a lot of hard work, and we're all going to grind, and we're all going to make it do, because we have the greatest fans in the world, and we're going to make sure that they get everything they want out of this product and then some. It's going to take all of us to fill a big pair of shoes, but we're hell-bent on doing it.
Oh, whoa, I stand corrected.
We saw Paul Heyman go quite viral
1 second.
the other day.
When doesn't Paul Heyman go viral?
Fair point. Big history with creative and developmental experience with him. Is he someone that you'll be incorporating going forward?
I want ideas from everybody. I want thoughts
Oh,
from
I like that.
To me, this is inclusive, and when I say, that goes for the talent. When I say it's going to take all of us, it's going to take all of us. And I want that. I want, look, Paul's one of the best promos in the history of this business. So who better? When I asked him to be a part of this, he was thrilled, right? We both joke about the fountain of youth at these things. Paul always just rub it all over me. It's the fountain of youth, right? Who better to come here and talk about that skill? Paul has the gift of gab, always has, and who better to come here and motivate these kids? And when I talk about that, the 50-plus athletes that are all amazing athletes, why they were selected to be here, from the best of the best collegiately. That's a massive pool. We whittled this down from hundreds to the 50 that you saw here. The difficult part for them is picking up a microphone and standing in front of all these people and trying to do what we do. The difference from day one to what they are here today, what you just saw here today.
Who that in the ring, bro? Who is that in the ring, bro?
It's a testament to what we can do in this.
She's out of focus, but she's in focus.
If you know now, and the crew that is performing, some of those people have like 10 matches under their belt, and it's been, literally single-digit months since the first time they ever stepped through those ropes. That's amazing. It's incredible.
That's massive.
It's a crazy level of success that I'm incredibly proud of. This team, Matt Bloom, the whole crew here, the talent development team, James
Matt Bloom,
Kimball,
you know, A-Train and that, bro. You know, like that.
across,
Tits, and that's Prince
Sean
Albert.
Hayes with strength and
Tensai
conditioning,
and
just all of it. What they do here is amazing, and then Sean and team getting into NXT and taking that to the next level is amazing. And then even that stepping in as I had to step out and just never missing a beat and running with it is incredible.
Give this man
and I'm
time,
so proud
bro.
of all of it and all of them. So talk about Heyman. I want everybody, anybody that wants to be involved. When I look at people who've been through this process and what it takes to get here, I look at Big E and I look at Bianca. Right, Bianca and I were talking about it backstage. She was remembering her first time stepping through those ropes
I
to
love
try
this,
this
man.
same
I
process.
love this
for us.
from Triple.
Who better than those people to see what that moment and that fall.
Yo, go holler Samoa Joe back, bro. Stop the foolishness. They ain't losing them on
Who
AEW.
better to help guide
They ain't losing
the
Leo
next
Rush
gen?
tonight. He's been
Who better
posting
to look
how
for
much
that future?
AEW
Who
is.
better to stand in this
Yeah,
group
I'm saying
and
so.
say, look, I can tell you from my point of view, that's something special, right? I want all that involvement.
I'm sorry if this video is long, but I'm gonna have to speak on this after
open and
because this is
collaborative
very
as
interesting to me.
everybody as I can be, because it's the way we're going to make this great.
Paul, can I ask you just two quick questions? I know you have to run. First off, how are you feeling?
Ariel,
I appreciate you asking. I feel great. You know, glitch in the road. Luckily for me, it was caught, right? And it took a little bit to get over it, to get past it, but I'm past it. I'm over it. I got a clean bill of health. I'm 100%. I'm very aware of all of it. I'm very aware of really what's important in your life and your family and everything else. But I love this business, and you know, for me, I approach it a little bit differently now. I realize there's actually this thing called sleep that every now and then you can get, and it's really helpful.
Trust me, H,
for all
bro.
of you, right? Like, don't be afraid of sleeping. But you know, I'm back. I'm 100%. I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to tear through this and try to.
Big
put on
up
a big
Hunter.
pair of
He looks
shoes.
so good,
like
man.
I said,
Health is wealth, bro.
We're all gonna do our best, and we're gonna make this thing just go to places it's never been before.
So considering everything
I'm gonna
that
enjoy
you've been through,
SummerSlam
do you have
even more now.
a new sense of appreciation for the business? Like, you could have never imagined being in this spot. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you thought you would never be back, right, at some point. So do you just view everything differently? Do you feel that? Do you sense that?
I have a new appreciation for life. It's precious. It doesn't last long. Embrace it. Get everything you can out of it, because it doesn't last long. And for everybody, it can be over in a second, right? So, you know, embrace your family, embrace your friends, tell them you love them, be upfront with it, and you know, the things that you love to do in life, embrace that. Work hard, because it doesn't last long. You know, my career, people ask me about my career. Am I sad that I'm done wrestling? No. I gave it everything I had. I rode it till the wheels fell off. That's what you're supposed to do. And luckily for me, they told me, hey, you shouldn't do this.
You can tell that he's speaking very like.
Sweet, I'm done. I was wrapping it up anyways. To me, it
kind of goes.
There didn't need to be the
media
perfect
trained
out.
Triple H kind of leaves
I rode it till the wheels fell off.
On the job,
gave it everything I had, and here I am.
He just
come out the other side.
I like it.
I have a passion for this business that has been the same since the first day I ever saw it. And you know, I can promise everybody out there, I'm gonna do everything I have in my power to make this better than they've ever seen before.
Oh, great. Great way to end. Thank you guys so much.
He spoke very well. To me, it seemed like he was being honest. We're never gonna know what people's true intentions are and stuff like that. But I think having that health scare, what he went through, it does change you as a person. And the fact that he says, the biggest thing I took away from that is the fact that he says he wants it to be a collaborative effort. And when they asked about Paul Heyman, he said, who's better than to speak about Paul Heyman? And then when he said he spoke to Bianca and people like Big E, and he said, who better to... So it sounds like for me that he's very smart in knowing that he doesn't know everything. Everything he says sounds the opposite to what people have said about Vince in the latter years. He praised Vince, but obviously Vince's intelligence and his know-how for the business never wavered. But the fact is that time goes on. So I don't think that Vince McMahon didn't know what he was doing anymore. But he lost touch with society and what's going on. And he started to have... He'll have people telling him what's going on with society, but then he's not going to check it out for himself. So him just shooting somebody down when somebody could be right didn't work out. That's why you can imagine that somebody would tell him something about pop culture for a character. They'd say... He'd be like, no, that's stupid. When all of us fans are like, no, that's what's going on in pop culture now. Use that right now. So... Triple H is right, big shoes to step into. The I don't know what to say. The fortune what Triple H has, well, why he's so fortunate is the fact that the fans are ready for the change and have been ready for a change. So, as much as it's going to be pressured by like the little weasel fans who just talk shit online, that's not the majority of wrestling fans. People think that the majority of wrestling fans are the people who are tweeting. That's not. You can tell by the numbers because it's usually thousands of people tweeting, not millions. But I think for everyone else, just want to see a good product. We want to see cliffhangers. We want to see good storylines. We want to see stuff that makes sense. We want to see compelling TV. We want to see a bit of connection and cohesion with this episode of Raw and this episode of SmackDown to the next episode of Raw. Or if it's a brand split completely, have them separate, and then we have the stories between the two SmackDowns and two Raws. Some things probably won't go back to normal level, like the Sunday pay-per-views probably won't go back and stuff. I wasn't a fan of the Saturday pay-per-views as much, but it's won me round now. But that's for selfish reasons, because, you know, I'd rather do stuff on the weekend than having to ruin my whole start of my week by dying on Monday from no sleep. Obviously, if you're in a different country, you get it at a different time. The awkward thing is the pay-per-view, though. I wish that, like, I don't know, like Friday Night SmackDown, pull it for me anyway, because I live in England. When I finish watching SmackDown, it's like SummerSlam feels like it's on the same day, and then I don't trust what's going on with the product. So they might have to like start, I don't know, man, like doing one of the segments recorded or one of the shows recorded. So you know what I mean? Because it always feels like the go home show is pointless at the moment, and that's got to come back. Triple H knows what he's doing. He was one of the greatest wrestlers to ever do it. He's been one of the faces of the company. He's one of the greatest heels of all time. He's been in every great storyline pretty much. And he's been around the business side of it so much. But I just love the fact that he said he wants help from everyone. He mentioned Kevin Dunn, he mentioned Nick Khan, he mentioned Stephanie, and obviously he's going to have Bruce. And what I was saying is I thought the geezer behind him was Bruce, but then when he went back in focus, I realised it wasn't. And I think the women's division will benefit from this as well, 100%, because I feel like they got a massive push a while back around like 2016, 17, and went into the women's evolution and stuff like that, and it was a new thing and it felt fresh, and we had like the roster was stacked full of women. Now there's not as many as there was before. If we had the women's tag team championships back then, they could have smashed it, but now they don't have that. So I hopefully that gets a push and back to the forefront, because it was dope. I'd sack off the women's tag team titles and get some women like intercontinental titles in, or women's US title, or women's European title, or women's, I don't know, like the global title, just something different. Another singles title, what gives you a stepping stone to the top, the championship, because loads of the ladies, especially ones who are like what you just said about the tryouts, they're not coming from like wrestling backgrounds and stuff like that. It's not me being sexist or anything like that. It's just how it is. Like they're not coming from that kind of background, so they have the stepping stone of NXT, but some people get pushed up because they might have a bit more charisma, but then they go from like being nobody on the roster or being a mid-card or not even a mid-card to going straight to being champion. And then their run as champion never lasts long, and it's never very good because they didn't have the almost like pay your dues kind of thing where they've not lived through all of this stuff, you know what I mean? And yeah, we gotta remember, like, as much as we see WWE as being scripted or premeditated, the stuff when you're the champion isn't. So once you're the champion, you have to be on the Good Morning Show and the Today Show and the Tonight Show and whatever news channel, and you gotta go from this place to that place and have your match and then go back to the hotel, sleep for an hour, get to the gym, jump on a plane, have an interview there. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about WrestleMania 40. We need to have a WrestleMania 40 meeting there, and you see what I'm saying, but it gets a lot. But now I'm really looking forward to SmackDown. I know that I said in my preview that SmackDown's TV 14. So if there was going to be a change or a start of a change, I think I'm expecting it at SummerSlam. I mean SummerSlam TV 14. It's down on Peacock, so anyway. I'm not expecting anything major. But maybe that Roman and Brock match will be the match to start implementing changing. They've already got the stars in. They've already got the titles in. People love both of them. The match, the stipulation for the match is perfect, last man standing. So that's already set in line. So now everything else about it, the story's already there. Everything about it now is just inside the match. Get some good weapons in, some blood, some swearing, some, I don't know, man, but like, you know what I mean? Not swearing as such, but you know when Brock would be saying shit and it all get blanked out. Don't blank it out. I want to see some dangerous stuff, man, because if Roman's going to put Brock down, he's got to put him down properly. I'm on about to the point where it looks like Brock might never return to wrestling. And if Brock puts Roman down, he's going to put him down to teach him a lesson. So, that's my thoughts on it. I know it was a long video. Hopefully if you've stuck to the end, because I had some great points to speak on there. If you stuck to the end, comment "suck it" at the end of your comment so I know you watched it to the end. And join me for SummerSlam watch along tonight. Well, tomorrow morning if you're in England. Tonight if you're in most places in the world. So it'll be at 12:30 I think I've scheduled it for. Half an hour before the show starts. So kickoff show. So wherever that is just think of half an hour into the kickoff show is when I'll be live. But the schedule's up right now anyway, so run over to there and hit the like button already and comment "suck it" on that as well. I've been your boy, Savage. Comment, like, subscribe and share. Run.